Hi, comic book fans, and welcome to another Suddenly Comics show. And it's a Monday night. It's a price variance. That's 2 weeks in a row that I managed to make it. Alan's been giving me a hard time for missing about 3 weeks in 2.5 years. So, we are going to be looking at Pollitt's picks of the hottest Silver Age comics last week on the Heritage sales for Silver Age comics. And we're going to jump right into it. So I'm going to share my screen. We're going to see a great one that we'd covered on Alan's channel, but the first one we're covering on my channel, another great comic. It is Tales of Suspense, new number 45.
This is a major key book, by the way.
Right.
So it's the first appearance of Happy and what's her name?
Pepper Potts.
Pepper Potts, yeah.
And not to forget Jack Frost.
Well, Jack Frost, yeah, not so key, but but the other two are pretty major.
Is that Pepper Potts and Happy Hogan?
Yeah, I think so.
So, and they're on the cover then?
I think that's them. I'm pretty sure.
Well, Happy Hogan looks very unhappy, so that's probably...
He doesn't look very happy there, but...
I thought Pepper Potts had red hair.
Yeah, me too. So I'm not sure about that, but okay. So, but it is their first appearance.
Okay.
It
is Pepper Potts and Happy Hogan because the arrows are pointing at them.
Yeah. See?
So is Jack Frost a sort of poor man's Mr. Freeze?
Mr. Freeze, I think so.
Okay.
But this is a really high grade for this book, and it's
yeah, it looks low, 1900 for a 9.0. Very early Tales of Suspense. What was the first one? Which was the first?
39.
Okay, so effectively issue 6. All right.
And a lot of people collect these gold suit ones.
So 9.0. Oh, this has come tumbling down, Alan.
Oof. And actually, it's not even like it's down, it's below the trend line.
And you could argue that wasn't a COVID blip because that was in May this year.
No, I don't think it was. I think it was like part of the trend line.
Yeah.
This is just off the trend line.
I think somebody's picked up a deal here.
Yeah. So what was the peak of for this book?
Well, the previous one was the record 3360 in May.
Wow. So this is like a down a third?
So it lost 1,000.
Not a third, but down like 60. Well, it's down 30%.
Yeah. It is lost a third. Yeah.
Yeah, lost a third. Yeah.
I think this is an anomaly. I think that somebody's just got a good deal here. Nobody was watching. Everybody was asleep.
Yeah. I mean, that seems to be a bit of the theme this week. There's some ones that I think were just steals. Like it wasn't like, something. I think it was just people didn't pay attention or something.
I mean, if you take that one out and you drew a line between there and there, it's got a little bit of a steady trend. If you go 1,500 to 1,900 over 4 years, doesn't look as bad, does it? It's this one that makes
it's that one that's a bit of an outlier.
One of these two is an outlier.
Yeah. But I actually think that the more recent sale is the outlier. Okay. Because there's no reason for this book to, it has its own trend line for a reason.
Yeah.
I mean, both characters like Happy Hogan not only appears in the Iron Man series, but he also appears in the Spider-Man series. He's played by Filoni.
Yeah, that's right.
Or Fabio.
Yeah.
Fabio. I mean, Fabio or whatever his name. You know what I'm saying? The guy that wrote The Mandalorian, actually.
Yeah. Yes, I know the guy.
Favreau? John Favreau? I'm terrible with names, by the way.
I'm just enjoying watching you suffer, Alan. Right.
I'm trying to say his name properly, but I'm totally messing it up. And people always comment, "Oh, you messed up his name." And yes, I did mess up the name.
Yeah, I'm not going to help. Right.
I see that. It's like I'm drowning here.
This is payback for you giving me a hard time earlier. Right.
Mm.
Okay. Let's move on to the next one. Oh, well, I've got this. I've got 2 or 3 copies of this. Not in as good.
I was a little bit surprised to see this one sell for so much in a way. It's the
It's
first
a nine
Absorbing
four.
Man.
It's a 9-4. Look at this. First Absorbing Man. He's a pretty major villain. Uh,
Hmm.
yeah, I don't think that's. I think this is a key comic. First appearance of Absorbing Man.
Turning into Mystery number 114, right?
Yeah, yeah, I think that's a pretty good book. 9-4, very high grade. 2-4. I don't think that's excessive.
Hmm.
We'll have a look. 9-4. First Absorbing Man.
Yeah, there's like
Oh, I'm right. It's a low price.
900 of these on the census. Okay, it's kind of all over the place, this one.
Yeah, it's interesting that it seems to have had. It's got its own little roller coaster.
Mm. So, yeah.
I think that price is about right. 2-4.
So was that during the peak, that first big bump? Was
That
that during the
was
peak of COVID?
Yeah, that was November 2021. So yes,
Yeah, still peakish time.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
326 was in only a month ago, so that's down $1,000 from there.
Wow, that's pretty brutal.
Yeah, so within a period of less than 4 weeks, somebody got one for. I think somebody's got a good price. I think that's a good price for that book.
Maybe people were sleeping on this auction or something. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I think that's another good price, Alan. I think people had some good prices last week. That's 2 that
Hmm.
I reckon people have been a bit of steal in a row.
So I've heard that there's this weird summertime effect, and maybe we're still seeing it, where you get like books, selling for cheap during the summer.
Yeah, well,
I don't know. I'm not sure what it is. I'm just trying to guess.
there's definitely a couple there. First Absorbing Man, nice comic. What am I
Nope,
doing?
not that one yet.
Right, so let's go on to the next one. Sergeant Fury and his Howling Commandos, issue
Hmm.
4. Um, let's have a look at this. Is there something special about this? Yes, first appearance of Pat Hawley. There you go. And the death of Junior Juniper. Oh, I'm devastated. I didn't even know Juniper was alive, never alone that they died.
Yeah, I never heard of either of those characters. I'm not a big Sergeant Fury fan, but in terms of yeah, that run.
It's great,
But there's some key issues.
good Kirby cover.
Yeah,
Breaking into a beer keller by the looks of it.
yeah.
Disrupting
Maybe some
German
Nazis.
high command. Lord Ha-Ha's last laugh. Lord Ha-Ha was a real character. You know that, don't you?
Yeah, a real person?
Yeah. He
Oh
was
wow.
he was a British aristocrat who sort of
Betrayed the British?
yeah defected to the German side and broadcast from Germany to UK, telling British people how they needed to
Join the
embrace the
Nazis?
Third Reich. Yeah, Lord.
Wow.
He was Lord Haw, I think, not Lord Ha-Ha. Lord Haw. Very similar.
Yeah, but they're obviously making fun of him.
Yeah.
Wow, that's really interesting. See, a little piece of history.
Okay.
Only here on the price variance. Okay. So that's a cool book. Okay, so 9-4.
9-4, high grade, 2520, about the same as Absorbing Man. That's pretty good, really. I wouldn't have said a
Yeah.
story would have done as well as that. Oh, this is down as well. Oh,
Not that bad, actually, I would say. Like, I mean, it's actually still well above the trend
not
line.
that bad. You've only lost $1,400 in a space of 8 months.
Yeah. But I mean, it's still well above the trend line.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. I'm not sure what makes this comic so attractive. because that's about the same price as the first Absorbing Man. If you
Yeah,
don't,
I would think his Absorbing Man's a bigger character, but
yeah,
I'm not as familiar with these characters. Probably people are going to comment, "Oh, those are major characters." And
yeah, you just don't appreciate Junior Jupiter, Jupiter.
we never knew. Okay, so how many of these on the census? Is it a rare book or?
I would have thought fairly rare, wouldn't you? 180.
Yeah,
Oh,
actually, it is pretty rare.
yeah, yeah. So not
100 and 151 universal blue labels, so that's pretty rare.
yeah. How many 9.4s are there? I bet there's not lots. Um,
Let's look at the census.
yeah. So there's only two higher graded.
Yeah, it looks like there is 198, so
Yeah, which is never sold.
yeah, so
Hmm.
that's it.
Okay, there you go. You learn something every day. Right. Next up. Oh, we had this one last week. Well, I don't do mind doing this one again.
Yeah, it was a big sale, so I picked it up. I actually thought this was undervalued. Again, I think this is a bit of a drop. I think it's a bit of a steal. Um, because I know that this book had gone crazy during COVID. I think this was like a $15,000 book at one point in this grade.
7,500 for a 4.5. Yeah,
And it's a very pretty 4 or 5, by the way.
it is a very pretty 4.5, isn't it? I wonder why it's a
Hmm.
5. It looks better than that.
So this is the first appearance of Doctor Doom. And just it's a cool cover, iconic cover for Doctor Doom. So yeah,
Right.
um, Fantastic Four #5.
4.5.
There's 1,772 of these in Universal Blue Labels. I think it went up to around 15,000. Let me see if I'm right.
You're right. It went up to 19,000.
Oh wow, even more. So yeah, I knew it was like huge the value before.
And now it's down to 7.5. Oh dear, I didn't feel pain for somebody who bought that at 19,000.
Yeah, it is. But if you look at the trend line, believe it or not, it's actually still above the trend line,
Yeah, I think it probably is.
which is kind of maybe it has some more room to go down.
Yeah, I think we looked at this before, Alan. We said we thought this had room to come down more, and I think we were right. Well, we were right because it has come down more.
Yeah, that's very painful. I mean, such a major character too. Yeah,
Ooh, could be a good time to pick up a Doctor Doom #1.
and yeah, Doctor Doom, Fantastic Four #5. Yeah,
Yeah. Mm.
isn't that crazy? Yeah, I
Yeah.
think this is another book I lost on because I bought it. My copy's restored too, so it's not really.
Just having a look at some of these over here. There's a restored 2.0 for 1,848.
Oh, okay, I think that's actually cheaper than what I paid. I think I paid like one. I think I paid 1,800 for my 1.8
Okay.
restored copy.
Yeah. So this is a 2.0, a 1.8. Yeah. See,
Yeah,
somebody here is asking 6.8 for a 3.0. So, if you can get a 4.5 for 7.5, I think I'll go for the 4.5 rather than the 3.0.
yeah,
Right, interesting. Okay, I need to keep my eyes peeled on that because that's
yeah. I mean, it's one of those things where if it drops any more,
yeah,
it's a good time to pick it up.
yeah, definitely. Right, and there we go. There's the big boy.
This is the big boy. So again, another book. I think it's way down. I think this one's way down.
I think you're right.
I think this was around 30,000 if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I think we've looked at this before, Alan. This is this is a bit of a
X-Men #1,
#1.
first appearance of all the major X-Men characters.
It's not a
This is a huge book. It's a grail for most people. It's grail for me. Um, and let's see how bad it's tanked.
oh
Ooh,
right. 32,560 it peaked at.
yeah. I pretty much know the prices. I'm very good at knowing prices for things.
13. This is less than half.
Yeah, but if you look at the trend line,
It's good.
actually still above the trend line.
Well, yeah, maybe.
It's yes, like look at the trend line. It's like
Yeah, okay, I'll buy that.
yeah. So yeah, this run I
The
think it,
problem
but
is,
it's gone up
if
since the previous sales, so
if you
that's
bought this comic anywhere between April 2021 and October, yeah, June, July 2022, nearly a year. There's a year here where you would have paid over $18,000 for these. There's a load of people sitting on minus $5,000 to $10,000 on that one.
yeah, crazy loss.
Yeah.
So the funny thing is my copy, which is a 0.5, it's complete, but it's a 0.5.
Yeah, you won't have lost as
Um,
much money on it.
I'm still in the plus. If
Oh,
you
well,
look at yeah, I paid 1,600 for mine, and it's still above that, strangely enough. So if you look at like it's the
okay.
funniest thing. I was
You're doing all right, Alan. When did you
I
buy?
did a I did a whole series on it where I was talking about how low grade comics outperform high grade
When did you
comics.
buy it? About 2019.
Yeah, it was like I think it was 1620 or something like that I paid.
Yeah, it's just around here in early 2019, probably.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well, you should have
and
flopped it here when you could have got $6,000 for it.
but still, I think it's like
Yeah, no,
look at the last sale.
it's still double your money virtually. You still, what way, you've got about made 60, 70%. That's not bad.
Yeah. So this book is getting a lot of price compression right now because, there is that sort of dropping. But the point is like people still want the book. So they'll pay up at the low end.
Yeah.
So you can actually the funny thing is you cushion your blow on the low end books. The price to get in is less, and then actually it's still high, but generally your losses are lower than the higher grade ones. The higher grade ones can really tumble.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
So
Right.
yeah.
So I'm glad I haven't got an X-Men one.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's a book. I'd love to have a higher grade copy of it. It's
Yeah.
one of those ones that, it
You want
might,
to
if you
upgrade.
get a bit more price compression on
Yeah.
the low grade,
Yeah.
it'd be one that I could, upgrade
Yeah.
pretty easily.
Definitely.
So yeah,
Okay. So
so
then
that's it.
quite an interesting list this week, and it looks to me as if you should have been out shopping at Heritage last week.
Yeah.
There were quite a few little bargains there. I think that
Mhm.
Absorbing Man one definitely a good price.
Yeah,
First,
I was a little bit surprised by that one. I would have thought it would be more.
yeah, pretty much villain. I mean, it still appears quite frequently. Uh,
Yeah.
a unique
Yeah.
powers can deal with most superhero types.
Hmm.
Right. So that is your lot for this week. Alan and I will be back next week to have another look at what is happening in the Silver Age comic market. So don't miss it because things can change overnight. Uh, I, he says, hopefully.
Hopefully.
So that's your lot. See you again soon.
Bye for now.